Hi everyone, I'm Marshall Carper, and welcome to a special edition of Marketing Monday. So I spent last weekend at PAX East. So if you're not familiar, PAX East is one of the biggest gaming conventions in the country. It's definitely the largest on the East Coast. And PAX is really cool because there's a huge consumer presence. So there's a lot of things for gamers. It's primarily targeted at gamers. But then behind the scenes, there's a ton of B2B activity as well, where publishers and investors and developers are interacting and sharing ideas and talking about their work. So I had some big takeaways from the event that I think are going to be relevant to every brand, regardless if they're a gaming brand or not. So the first big takeaway is that Facebook is betting big on video games. So they had the Oculus acquisition for the virtual reality play that they're making, but this is way deeper than virtual reality. So VR is part of it, but they're also betting big on influencers. They're doing a lot more behind the scenes to engage influencers and make influencers available to brands via the Facebook platform. And they're doing a lot with their Messenger game. So the Facebook Messenger app, they're making that more interactive, more engaging, and giving brands access to that. So if Facebook is part of your marketing strategy, you should probably be looking at gaming sooner than later if you want to keep Facebook as a cornerstone of your marketing. Second big takeaway is that brands in general are betting big on gaming. So Geico, Discover, the US Army, they all had huge presences at PAX and were using their booths to not only get interactions with people there, but to drive social media activity beyond the booth. So the hardcore fans that are coming to these conventions turn into social media influencers that are sharing interesting experiences with their audiences. So if you use the bomb diffusing robot at the US Army booth, yeah, you could actually pilot the robot. It was super cool. That's something that is highly shareable and highly social, and that ends up in a lot of different places. And that's really good for a brand like the US Army that's trying to recruit. So even if your brand is not a gaming brand, you should probably be thinking about how you can use that audience to deepen the connections and deepen engagement. Third takeaway is that events still matter. So I have a lot of clients in the B2B space. They've done trade shows and conventions and conferences. And a lot of times they're more and more skeptical about how valuable these events can be. So events can still be really cool. They're harder to do now because of the digital reach. But you can still make an event an important part of your marketing strategy, whether you're going there as an exhibitor, whether you're going there as to network, or whether you're running your own event. The big thing, though, to look out for, no matter what role you're playing in that stakeholder matrix there, the big thing to look out for is community. If there's an active community and if the people behind the event are spending a lot of time nurturing and growing and protecting that community, events will continue to be a success. Again, they're harder to do, but they're still a really important part of marketing. So those are my three big takeaways from PAX. I've got a lot more I want to share, but I wanted to get that out as soon as I could. And I hope it's going to start spinning the wheels in your brain a little bit to make you think about how you can use gaming and use events to be a bigger part of your brand strategy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.